What's up, y'all? Welcome to the What is Truth podcast. Hope everyone is doing rather exquisite and such. It is Weezy's weekend wind-up, and I hope everyone finds themselves very exquisite indeed. What's up, Secret Squirrel? What's up, Missy? What's up, Honest Truth, Bobby? And Uncle Ann, what the hell's going on over there? Blake, shout out to Blake for becoming a monthly supporter on Rumble. Got that notification. Thank you, Blake, man. You're freaking awesome. Who else? Chris Graves. What's up, Chris Graves? And what's up, Freethinker? Greg, what's up? Let's see who else we got up in here. Ooh, Colleen. What is up, Colleen? And yeah, thank you guys for coming out. If you're on YouTube, there's a handful there. There's a handful on Odyssey. The party seems to be over on Rumble. That's where it's the live chats really get going nowadays. If you are on YouTube, when I get to the call-in, the live call-ins, if you're tuning in live, I'm gonna stop the stream on YouTube. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't realize what we can or cannot talk about on YouTube, so that's what we will be doing. What's up, Miss Anna? Welcome to the stream. So before we get started, I do want to touch on a couple things. So I did have a online store for merch. Not that I had a million people asking, but there was a couple of people that had asked about hats, shirts, and shit. And unfortunately, the place that I was at, they started jacking up the prices. I didn't want to participate in that. So that had been on hold for a couple months. Then I got a hold of Ryan from the Independent Review. Shout out to him. From Big Frog Merch, I believe. And so if you look at the description, wherever you're looking at, it says buy the merch here. A lot of my podcast buddies use them. Super honest, super reliable, and they're part of our community, for lack of a better term. What's up, George O'Brien? Dude, you're going to love the news that I'm going to hit you with in just a couple minutes here. And anyways, I literally make... I'll tell you exactly what I make. I make $5 for hat, hoodie, whatever the hell it is. It's just $5. So I don't make shit on it, really. It's really for if you're interested in the hats, merch, want to represent, you have that avenue. The other thing, tomorrow, Sunday, I have Vanessa Beeley. She is a world-renowned journalist. She has been blacklisted from mainstream journalism for simply telling the goddamn truth. I was reading her Wikipedia today, and her Wikipedia says she's a dangerous conspiracy theorist, spreading misinformation. It's hilarious when you read Vanessa Beeley's Wikipedia that apparently she moved to the Middle East just to produce propaganda. It's so fucking stupid and lazy. But I do have Vanessa Beeley. I've been trying to get her on for years. She's the one that exposed the fraud of the white helmets. So I'm definitely going to be bringing that up tomorrow, which kind of falls in line with a lot of David McGowan's work. A lot of fake events that get passed off as real and true. So I'm super stoked for that. And then a week from Sunday, so tomorrow I have Vanessa Beeley. A week from Sunday, from that Sunday, I will have Matt Hoy of UB40. He got kicked out of the band because he didn't want to get the jab. He didn't want to participate in the lockdowns, and he got sacked. And that will be a fire ass show. So great shows coming up. And someone is asking about fucking Puttick. No, I will not be having Ian fucking Puttick on the show anytime soon. Let's see. I think that is it. Oh, on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I will have 7 returning. That was a great show that we did. And so the best way to stay in I've been forgetting to do this. But the best way right there at the very bottom to stay on top of shows when I'm going to go live. I'll sometimes post links to other people's shows that I do. So if you want to join in on there, definitely follow us on the Telegram group right there, Telegram /Wit Weezy, WITWEEZY. And you can join. We have a main channel, and that's where we put the shows and any relevant information. But we have a discussion chat too. If you want to put in memes, some people put turtle memes and stupid shit like that. By all means, you want to share some music, some red wine jams, UB40. Hell yeah, you can do that there. That's what that's for. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy that. Hell yeah! Look at that. Look at that. George O'Brien. I knew you would be excited with that. Let's see. I think there was someone else. What's up, Phil? Phil 2284. I think Ted Dappy 01. Yeah. Thank you guys, everyone that's come in support of your boy Weezy. Hell yeah. All right. Let us get to our first story. And then, like I said, I'm going to open up the StreamYard so that you guys can call in. Everyone's welcome. And I will stop the stream on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss the live call section, I suggest you follow either on Odyssey or Rumble so you can continue the party there. And if you want to chat, you can jump in and speak your voice. I know some people don't always agree with my takes, and I welcome any disagreements, or maybe you feel like I could have added or touched on this and I didn't, and you want to touch on it. By all means, that's what that's for. Oh, before I forget, I did quit my job. I quit my job, and I guess I can talk about it more after the segment. But for those that are newer listeners, I had been working 90-hour weeks for 2 years, man. It's unsustainable. I'm a workhorse, but fuck, man, I just had on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I think I hit my breaking point. My job wanted me to go out for one fucking can, to go out. And I said, fuck you. Pretty much that I'm done. I knew my supervisors, dispatchers, they know it sounds like I'm arrogant, but I'm a fucking workhorse. And I already knew once I left, these motherfuckers were going to hurt. But I had been asking for a raise. I had been telling them I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I was carrying illegal loads, super heavy loads every fucking day of the week. And I've been doing that for 2 years. And so I just had enough. I said, no, fuck you guys. I'm done. So Wednesday I quit, and I felt fucking great. I probably should have quit a long time ago. Working 15-hour days every fucking day for 2 years straight. And then when I took a week vacation to go to DC, they paid me $500 fucking dollars for my paid vacation. Slap on the fucking face, man, for all I've done for that company. So I said, fuck you. I'm done. Um, I don't want to get too much into it. I guess I can touch on it later when we get the calls in. And and we'll discuss it then. All right, let's get into our first line of subject. What's up, Tinker? Welcome to the stream. All right, I think that's everyone. All right, share screen, present. So yeah, thank you all those that shout out to Blakey that will support. There's another Patreon supporter that doesn't want me to use his name. But yeah, thank you guys, especially now that I'm going to be hunting a job. All that little help is going to be nice. I wish I could do this full time, but it's not realistic. I'm just being a realist. And at the same time, my views on it is, unfortunately, the more money you make off of this, you're going to get compromised at some time. So I don't mind working. I just need, all I'm asking for is working man hours. If I'm looking at a job for 55 hours a week compared to 90 hours a week, 55 seems like part-time. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully next week I'll have some word on that. And I will definitely update y'all once that happens. All right. First line of business. All right. This is from the New York Post by Jorge Fitzgibbon, published May 19. Happy birthday to me. 2025. All right. Feds probing tugboat's possible role in deadly Mexican ship. Brooklyn Bridge crash. NTSB probers Monday said they are investigating a tugboat's possible role in a Mexican ship's crash into the Brooklyn Bridge, while adding they have yet to aboard the foreign craft, much less talk to its crew. Part of our investigation will be to look into procedures involving tugboats in the harbor, agency investigator Brian Young told reporters at the first National Transportation Safety Board briefing since the Saturday night collision that killed 2 young Mexican sailors. A local tugboat had been helping to guide the Mexican boat out of port before the tall ship headed to Iceland. Questions have arisen over whether the tug may have too quickly released the ship, when then barreled in reverse into the span. Young and NTSB board member Michael Graham cautioned that the investigation is preliminary, noting that the agency is still negotiating with the Mexican government to get access to the ship and the cadets who remain on board. Still working to get access to the ship, Graham said at the briefing. We haven't yet had a chance to access the engine. We haven't had a chance to talk to any of the crew at this point. We are working with our counterparts in the Mexican government to gain access to the ship. Mayor Eric Adams, speaking earlier Monday on Fox's Good Day New York, noted this was a military vessel, and the investigation appeared to take different methods when it's military vessel and not a passenger, just simply a passenger vessel. And so I think there's some limitations on what we can do when it comes down to these investigations. Just as we don't want individuals boarding our ships in other waters, there's some protocols in place, he said. Young detailed at the final minutes before the Cuauhtemoc, a 3-mast training ship for Mexican Navy cadets, allegedly lost its steering ability and struck the historic span, demonstrating how quickly things turn deadly. At 8:24 p.m., the voyage data recorder radio broadcast was sounded requesting assistance from other tugboats in the area of the Brooklyn Bridge, Young said. That was followed by 2 other requests for assistance, and at 8:24, and 45 seconds, the vessel's mast struck the underside of the Brooklyn Bridge. At 8:27, the vessel came to a stop. He said NYPD and Fidney boats were at the scene by 8:30 p.m. Shocking footage captured the collision and showed cadets clinging to the rigging around the showboat ship's the 147-foot mast. In addition to the two fatalities, more than 20 others on the ship were injured. Sources have told the Post that the ship, built in Spain in 1982, was on its way to the Brooklyn waterfront to refuel before setting sail to Iceland, but suffered a mechanical failure that shut down its steering. The tragedy cost Mexican cadets America Yamilet Sanchez and Adal Jair Marcos their lives. Sanchez, a one-time award-winning swimmer from the Veracruz capital of Jalapa, posted a haunting photo from the Big Apple waterfront on Facebook earlier on Saturday. Marcos, known to friends as Tyson or simply Marcos, had been on board of the Cuauhtémoc for 9 months and boasted to friends about his travels around the globe. The two were among 277 crew members on board, 213 men and 64 women, most of them cadets from the Heroica Escuela Naval Militar, the Mexican Navy's officer training academy in Veracruz. The ship was taking part in training crews to mark the so-called bicentennial of the consolidation of the independence of the seas, the 200th anniversary of the Mexican Navy expelling Spain from their nation. It sailed from Cozumel in the Yucatan Peninsula on May 4th on a 170-day voyage that was to take the crew to 22 ports in 15 countries. The ship was also slated to be part of the Class A International Tall Ships Parade that is due to parade in the harbor on July 4th, 2026, although organizers said Mexican officials had yet to confirm their involvement. So that happened about a week ago, and a lot of weird stuff. I mean, when I saw some of the footage of it, let's see. Here's some of this scene here. There's a ship, giant ass ship. I'm like, my first thoughts were like, I mean, I drive a big rig. Anytime I go in these short bridges, I'm always checking for my height. There's some bridges where my truck could not fit into. So when I'm seeing this boat, I'm like, what the hell? Was this done intentionally? But now that we have more information regarding this, it seems like a lot of mechanical failure. So it seems like the boat was in front of the bridge, and the winds took it in reverse, and apparently the reverse gear was messed up. Obviously, they still got to investigate it, but super tragic, man. There was people all over the masts. You could see them hanging right there.
Everybody was running.
God damn, yeah, but it was probably surreal just to see that whole thing happen. I did find this thread by John Conrad V on X, and apparently he's sailed ships. Let's see. Here's my thread on what we know so far. For notes, I have been a competitive sailor, and I am licensed to captain ships of any size, but I have not sailed tall ships. So apparently this guy has some experience on navigating these boats. And if you go through the thread, it seems like the blame may go onto the tugboats. I didn't know much about tugboats or any of this shit, prior to this. I still don't. I'm ignorant. But it appears that the tugboats are supposed to tug it to safety, away from that kind of shit. It shouldn't have happened. And a lot of times these tugboats are tied to these larger ships and guide them to where they need to go. So there was some kind of lapse where this tragedy took place. Pretty horrific shit, man. And I guess that only 2 individuals died is actually, all things considered, you know, kind of, I mean, it's not good news, but, it's kind of shitty. Um, all right. Let's see. The next topic I wanted to cover was the Bongino and Cash Patel interviews with Bartiromo. I mean, gee whiz. I don't know who buys this shit at this point in time. It's super, super interesting that people do. Unfortunately, there are still people, still many that trust the plan, if you will. What it will take to people to not trust the plan, I have no idea. But I want to play. It was a 30-minute interview, and I want to play you a couple of timestamps that were my takeaways, just in case you didn't catch the whole 30 minutes. It's condensed. I'll have it for you. Greg says that I had him at Tug. Copy that. All right. So let's play some of this. I do have my timestamps. All right. So this interview, there's probably some people that are still trusting the plan, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, Weezy, you're always hating." And they may refer to people like myself as black-pilled. I think that's a garbage term, but if you want to call me that, sure, okay. The difference is I don't trust the government. You, who trust Trump and his associates, you trust the government. Some of you that trust Trump and this government, some of you are well aware that the government lies and has lied for many decades. But for whatever reason, you still think that there's actual physical change happening and that this new administration, this new sheriff in town is fixing things. It's a load of shit. But if you still buy into it, I really don't know what to tell you. Let's play some of these clips.
I want to put everyone at ease watching this today. There is, I hate cliches, but there really is a new sheriff in town. His name is Donald J. Trump. This administration, in conjunction with General Bondi and our director, Cash Patel, I am in the briefing, Maria, with the 5 of us, Emil, the PDAG, Todd, the DAG, AG, Cash, and me, every morning over at DOJ. The attitude every morning from the president on down, the president of the United States, wants this FBI to be able to, in 1 month, 6 months, a year, or 2 years, wants to be able to get out in front of the American people and say, your lives are noticeably different. He doesn't want fairy tales, Aesop's fables. He doesn't want any of that stuff. He wants people to be able to touch it and feel it. I don't care if you're in Stewart, Florida, or Harlem, New York.
Oh boy, what a crock of shit, this guy. If you watch his body language, constantly looking down and fidgeting, this dude is so full of shit, man. But because he says it on Fox News that there's a new sheriff in town, I was reading the comments on this video, and a lot of the comments are in full support. Hell yeah. Change is happening. People are being held accountable. People swallow this shit, man. And it's ridiculous. I don't know what it's going to take to get it. I guess what bothers me, like I mentioned earlier, some of these people are fully aware that the government lies. They're fully aware of it. And yet, when it comes to this clown and this administration, it's different, apparently. What a load of shit. Let's see here. The next timestamp I want to hit is at 1550. Okay. This is concerning the Trump administration. Oh God, hold up. This is concerning the Trump administration, which, if you have followed me for quite some time, you know that I think it was all theatrics. Complete and utter theatrics. I have done shows on it. If you want my full views on it, check out my shows. I tell you why. And as soon as I seen it, I'm like, this is fake. This is fake in rainbows, 100%. But let's hear what these guys have to say about the Trump administration assassination attempt.
And our viewers understand that. But how come we don't have more information on the assassination attempts on President Trump?
There's two reasons, two open, ongoing prosecutions. So 2 of the investigations are obviously closed because the individuals are dead, but there's 2 live prosecutions. And so we can't get ahead of the federal court case. A lot of that information will come out in the federal court cases, but we have personally invested our time in making sure that we have looked at any possible international connections to terrorism and adversaries alike. And we've both been down to Quantico. We've both done the laboratory testing. We've both seen the explosives analysis. We've both seen the firearm and physically held it. We are all in on these investigations.
Are we going to be surprised at what you learned?
You know what, Maria? Cash is not kidding. We've been personally briefed extensively on every single detail, nugget, tendril of this case. One is actively in court right now. So out of respect for the case, it's probably more appropriate that I stay quiet on that. However, I'm not going to tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. And whether you like it or not is up to you. If there was a big explosive there, right? Given my history as a Secret Service agent and my personal friendship as a director does with the president, give me one logical, sensible reason we would not have. If you can think of one, there is.
There is a fucking good reason, because Trump was in on it, dumbass. That's a perfectly logical reason right there. So don't tell me there's no good reason. Go on.
There isn't. There in some of these cases, the there you're looking for is not there. And I know people. I get it. I understand. It's not there. If it was there, we would have told you.
Well, the other issue.
Bullshit. You wouldn't have told us jack shit. Just like you haven't told us about the moon landings. You haven't told us about JFK. You haven't told us about a bunch of shit. You would not have told us. Enough of that nonsense. Sorry, I'm getting fired up, man. I already saw these clips, but it still pisses me off, man. I guess it pisses me off more because people still fall in line with this freaking nonsense. All right, 2650. Let's go. Crock of shit.
DC since World War II, and the largest occupation of DC by the National Guard since the American Revolution. That's what happened on January 6th. But what you and your viewers want to know, now that we've beat back that disinformation campaign with actual truth.
He beat back with actual truth. Bullshit.
Is what was the FBI doing? Well, we got answers coming. We just found a trove of information, and it's on its way to Capitol Hill right now. And they've asked, and they're getting them, and you're getting answers on January 6th. You're getting answers on what.
Wait, what did you say right there? Let's hear it again.
Without the letters, and your show has done great coverage showing how it was rejected. We mobilized the fastest cold start in Washington, D.C. since World War II. Just found a trove of information, and it's on its way to Capitol Hill right now. And
a trove of information, and it's on its way right now. When have we heard that? Oh, yeah. We last heard this a couple of months ago with Attorney General Pam Bondi. Remember when she said this shit?
Let me start with the Epstein case, because there was an expectation that this was going to be bigger. You had the same expectation.
We all did. And the FBI handed over a couple hundred pages of documents. But, you know, Sean, I gave them a deadline of Friday at 8 a.m. to get us everything. And a source had told me where the documents were being kept. Southern District of New York, shock. So we got them all by, hopefully all of them.
Shock? Shock? Who the fuck talks like that, man? Nothing but liars with these clowns.
Friday at 8 a.m., thousands of pages of documents. I have the FBI going through them, and Cash is also, now that we have Cash here, it's a game changer, of course, and Cash is going to, Director Patel is going to get us a detailed report as to why the FBI withheld all of those documents.
Okay, I want
truckload of Epstein files. Yeah, that's the last time we heard this shit. Now here you have Cash Patel now talking about a trove of information. These motherfuckers lie to your face. Lie to your goddamn face. And a lot of people buy this shit each and every time. This guy's the worst of the liars, though. Cash, but I don't know. They're both pretty horrible. I'll do my Cash Patel impersonation in a minute, but just read their body language, man. I can't be the only one that sees this shit. Oh, God, shut the fuck up, man. Okay, next timestamp. This is on Jeff Epstein. Oh, man, shut the fuck up. I refuse to play for YouTube Premium. So talk shit if I still have ads. I don't care. I'm not going to pay sons of bitches that banned me. All right, let's go. So there you have it. Load of shit that really shouldn't surprise anyone, man. These guys. Uh-oh. Muted? What do you mean muted? Oh, shit. The hell? It was muted this whole time. I'm sorry. God damn it. Also share sound. What the hell? God damn it. So I was going wild and it was muted the whole time. Sound check.
Stephen Jensen.
Can you guys hear that?
The FBI's overzealous January 6th investigation.
I want the
Sound
American
check,
public
sound
to realize
check.
what we did. That man was in a position.
Sound check. Let's see the comments now. It was okay on YouTube, fella. Okay, did you guys not hear everything else? God, now people are saying I got a delay. I don't know what the hell's going on. Is it me or is there no sound? We need more cowbell. I just see no sound. Now I don't even know. Someone in the live chat tell me if I need to replay every single clip. If I need to replay every clip, I will do. And also let me know, because I'm lost right now. Let me know if you guys heard that last clip as a test. And people are talking about cowbell. I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about now. All right, sorry about that. Shit, I'm gonna have to redo it then. All right, so I remember the timestamps. 15. I'll just go over them super quick so that this is what happens when you're a one-man show.
Exclusive interview, FBI Director Kash Patel told me the FBI's real estate portfolio is about to shrink.
Hit thumbs up if you guys can hear
but
that.
The mission will not change. I want to get to a few specifics, and I know you can't talk about any active investigation, so and our viewers understand that. But how come we don't have more information on the assassination attempts on President Trump?
There's two reasons, two open, ongoing prosecutions. So 2 of the investigations are obviously closed because the individuals are dead, but there's 2 live prosecutions, and so we can't get ahead of the federal court case. A lot of that information will come out in the federal court cases.
So that was the whole new sheriff in town. And let's get to, I suppose I can get to, oh, that was the presidential assassinations clip. God damn it, I had it all lined up. Sorry about that, guys. That's my bad. And then on January 26th, well, let's go to the Epstein shit. I'm already sorry about that. I apologize. All right, 28:55. This is the Jeff Epstein shit. Thumbs up if you can hear it, just to make sure.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
I know it's hard work, but you.
All right, sorry about that. I butchered that shit up. Maybe I'll have to re-clip it out and redo those little segments. But he's Bongino and Cash Patel, the two gentlemen in charge of cleaning up, changing things, you know. What my take on this interview is, they're trying to convince people to regain trust in the government. You know, the same government that effed you over during the 2020 to 2024 era, when this invisible stuff was going around. Trust that government. That's the role of these clowns. So right now they're telling you to your face, Epstein 100% killed himself. You better believe it. You better believe it. That's what they want. That's what they're telling you to your damn face. It's not me saying it. That's what they're telling you, that you need to believe it. And unfortunately, people will. All right, let's get into our next little subject. I apologize that, man. It bums me out. I didn't realize it was muted. I don't know why the hell it muted that. There was no reason for it. Maybe I hit something that I shouldn't have hit. But before I do that, let's see. I'm going to put the StreamYard so you guys can call in. Let's see. Copy, and let's put it. Let me put it in the live chat here real quick, like. And anyone that wants to call, the thing is, when I do the live calls, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. So if you want to pin message, so it is pinned on YouTube. I'm going to pin it up on Rumble as well. Okay, it is now on YouTube. It is now on Rumble. Let's pin that son of a bitch. Pin this message. So it is now pinned up on the Rumble chat as well. And we will put it on Odyssey as well, in case anyone wants to call in from Odyssey. All right, it's in the live chat there, I believe. I don't see it, but I believe it's there. And if you call in right now, you'll be backstage after I finish this article. We're going to end the YouTube stream, and we will talk freely on these other actual free speech platforms. That's the only reason I do it. YouTube is not free speech. All right. And if you are just joining YouTube, those other platforms will be Rumble and Odyssey. And we got a good little crowd on our little Rumble channel. Little humble, petite, and exquisite little Rumble channel that we got going. For how long, I have no idea, but maybe at some point we'll get axed here too. All right. So this is from NPR, written on May 22nd, 2025, by Kira Wakeham and Mary Louise Kelly and Patrick Jaron Watananan. The hell kind of names is that? All right. Former U.S. ambassador to Israel says DC shooting is part of an explosion of anti-Semitism. Bum, 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 bum. Details are continuing to emerge in the wake of the DC shooting last night that left 2 Israeli embassy staffers dead. Yaron Lischinski, 30, and Sarah Lynn Milgram, 26, were killed on Wednesday evening following an event for young diplomats held at the Capitol Jewish Museum in downtown DC. According to the Israeli ambassador to the U.S., the 2 were a couple and about to become engaged. The 31-year-old suspect, a man from Illinois, has been charged with murder and other crimes. He admitted to the shooting to a police officer saying, "I did it for Palestine. I did it for Gaza," according to an affidavit quoting a witness. The killing of the young couple comes amid a record number of anti-Semitic incidents in the United States, according to the Anti-Defamation League, or ADL. Daniel Shapiro, a distinguished fellow of the Atlantic Council who served as U.S. ambassador to Israel under the Obama administration, joined All Things Considered to discuss what he called an era of an explosion of an anti-Semitism with host Mary Louise Kelly. This interview has been edited lightly for length and clarity. I don't know if I want to read this whole damn interview. Now, I have some thoughts. Maybe these incidents did indeed take place, and I never wish for anyone to die. That is my stance. I don't care what their beliefs are, whatever color, race, color, creed. That's my stance. It's always been my stance. Now, I do have reasons to question a lot of things behind it. And we will end the YouTube stream there. If you want to catch the rest of the show, we will be taking live calls. Follow me on Rumble and Odyssey. Thank you, YouTube listeners. How do I stop it? A post was created.